Hey guys, क्या हाल चाल? नया दिन नई शुरुआत and I hope you all are doing well. So today we are how to crack placement easily. कैसे प्लेसमेंट के इंटरव्यू राउंड्स को और कैसे अलग अलग तरीके के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, राइट? सो अगर हम प्लेसमेंट के क्वेश्चंस यानी एचआर राउंड और पर्सनल इंटरव्यू राउंड्स की बात करें तो अलग देयर आर डिफरेंट काइंड्स एंड डोमेन्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट आर आस्क्ड. ओपनिंग क्वेश्चंस, द मिडिल सेक्शन क्वेश्चंस एंड द क्लोजिंग क्वेश्चंस. ओपनिंग क्वेश्चन में टेल मी अबाउट योर सेल्फ, ये सब चीजें आती है. मिडिल सेक्शन में आपका डोमेन स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन वो पूछते हैं और दे गिव यू सर्टेन केस इंटरव्यूज, गेस्ट इमेज एंड ऑल. एंड क्लोजिंग में वो पूछते हैं डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, व्हाट आर योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम द कंपनी, राइट? ऑल दोस थिंग्स, और योर सैलरी, हाउ मच सैलरी यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग. सो ऐसे ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. एंड कोई भी इंटरव्यूअर स्ट्रिंजेंट नहीं होता, ठीक है? दे जस्ट वांट टू टेस्ट यू कि आपको अगर एक पोजीशन में डाल दिया जाए, इफ यू आर पुट इनटू अ पोजीशन, हाउ वेल कैन यू बैलेंस एंड हाउ डू यू कम आउट ऑफ इट, है ना? आप उसका कैसे आंसर करते हैं एंड आप किस तरीके से उसे हैंडल करते हैं उस सिचुएशन को. एंड व्हाट आर योर क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग स्किल्स, योर एनालिटिकल स्किल्स, राइट? सो आपके अलग अलग स्किल्स जज होते हैं, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स एंड ऑल. सो जो भी चीज आपके रेज्यूमे में होती है काफी ज्यादा महत्व होती है, क्योंकि आपका राइट फ्रॉम योर एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड टू योर हॉबीज एंड इंटरेस्ट, एवरीथिंग इज अ क्वेश्चन. सब कुछ पूछ सकते हैं. अचीवमेंट से हो गया, को करिकुलर एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज कोई है, कोई कोर्सेज आपने करे उसके बारे में पूछ सकते हो. तो वॉट एवर इज इन योर रेज्यूमे, सी टू इट दैट यू आर वेरी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट एंड आप सही से लिखते हो सब कुछ. एंड यू मेंशन योर अचीवमेंट्स एंड ऑल वेल एंड यू नो अबाउट देम कि क्या क्या है. मतलब काफी बार होता है ना कि कोई चीज बहुत पहले होती है तो हम भूल जाते हैं. सी टू इट दैट यू आर वेल अक्वेंटेड विद दैट एज वेल. सो हाउ टू क्रैक सर्टेन एप्टीट्यूड क्वेश्चंस, इस पे हमारा ऑलरेडी एक वीडियो बन चुका है. Then campus placements, what are the different criteria for campus placement, how do you answer interview questions, what are the different aptitude test, इस पे हमने ऑलरेडी एक बहुत ही अच्छा सा वीडियो बनाया. जनरल एप्टीट्यूड, वर्बल एबिलिटी, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग, क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड. सो प्लीज जरूर उस पर एक वीडियो देख लीजिएगा. एंड दिस इज अ वेबसाइट इंडियाबिक्स वेयर यू शुड गो because they had arithmetic aptitudes, data interpretation, verbal ability, logical reasoning, verbal reasoning, current affairs वगैरह सब दिया है. सो आपको एक एक इंटरफेस मिलेगा टू टेस्ट योर नॉलेज. एंड इसमें प्रॉपर क्वेश्चंस आंसर्स विद एक्सप्लेनेशन दिए. सो डेफिनेटली आप सब इंजॉय करेंगे इस सबको. So now moving on further, discussing about the different questions that will be asked. So as I mentioned, opening questions. The first question that they usually ask is tell me about yourself. So firstly, greet the interviewer. After the greetings, like greetings of the day, and then start introducing yourself. Mention your name, mention the place from where you are born and brought up, and if you have complete your college from another state or city, then mention about that as well. It should be clear, concise, and compelling. मतलब the interviewer must be able to get to know in 1 or 2 minutes, maximum 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that you should take for while you're introducing yourself. But in those 1 to 2 minutes, see to it that you also mention about the key skills and if you have any past experiences of the job, because that could be a good tactic of attracting and captivating, because it will summarize about you and your skills and your past achievements and your past experiences, right? Then why do you want to work for this company? So this is a major questions to make, so that they can check that how well versed you are with the job profile, how well versed you are the company, the work culture, that the key strengths you hold within you. So that is why this question is one of the important opening questions. What interests you about the particular job? So show that how much curious, and do not show your desperation, rather show the curiosity, the show the enthusiasm, right? So there is a very thin line between desperation and obsession and enthusiasm. So see to it that you show how ambitious you are, how much of career oriented and goal oriented you are, and how is it going to benefit to you as well as to the company. How can you be an asset? How did you hear about the position? No matter how did you hear about it, emphasize about the role that the company is offering, and the uh, of course the job profile, the role, the major thing, and how it excites you. So highlight about, if possible, your networks, your professional connections, because this will help them that to seize their mind that yeah, he's actually one of the good candidates for the job profile. What do you know about the organization? This is a very very important question, because they want that you have a mini review about the company. You go through a research about the company, of what the company is exactly doing, like what are the different domains the company is into, the different branches the company is, the finance, if possible, just a little about finance, the different organogram, if possible, you can have a look at that as well, right? Career oriented questions. So how was your career so far prepared you for this position? So they want you to give an example of different courses that you have done or different achievements, different case persuasives, if you have any. So you have to mention those in this particular part. Why do you want to change roles? So suppose if there, this is a very very important question. So suppose अगर आपने past में बोला that you have done this job, they will ask you क्यों छोड़ रहे हो? What is the main reason? So do not criticize or be a hypocrite of and say bad things about the company. Say that you want to explore more, say that you want new experiences, something like that, or say about the profile and skill that I want to develop my more skill or something like that, right? Then what is your greatest professional achievement? Of course this should be one of the important one to showcase, and it should, if possible, no, see to it that this achievement that they are talking about, it's not about your winning or anything. It's about a star method: situation, task, action, result. So you can mention about any in particular um problem or any particular circumstance where you were an important part or you played a vital role in saving the company or whatever it is, right? In saving the case or whatever. So something like that. Describe a conflict you faced at work and tell me about your worst boss. This is a very tricky question because someone working in the company might be knowing about the identity of the person that you would be talking about. So focus on the aspect of behavior and explain why it made it difficult for you to do the job well. So rather than just speaking bad stuff about the company or work culture, focus upon how you were not comfortable in that position. Okay, because you should not always lower the opposite person because they might feel that you are blaming the company or whatever it is. So see to it that you explain about the reasons why you were not comfortable working with it, right? Then describe a conflict. So you can be honest enough to describe or give some example, brainstorm your particular mind for 2 seconds, ask them that may I have few seconds to think about it. Definitely they will give you. How good are you in a crisis? This question allows you to them to analyze your ability of, how spontaneous you are, how much of keen you are, what are your problem solving skills, what are your analytical skills. So see to it that you address this question in a very subtle way but in a crisp way, right? Moving on, describe a time when you showed the initiative or something like that, when you have demonstrated leadership skills. Give examples that how are you a part of strategic management, how important you were in the decisiveness of the particular if you have been a part of the same. So it's very important when you have been innovative at work. This is one of the affirmative question. They want to know about the flexibility, dynamics, that how have you, like suppose if you have done something, you're brought up with an idea or something, a solution for a problem, something like that. So just mention about it, not a problem. Skills and attribute question. Why we should hire you? हम आपको hire क्यों करें? So there are so many different experiences, attributes that you hold within you that will pull the particular interviewer. So explain your peculiarities, explain how much fit you are, explain about your strengths, right? That is a second question over here, but you can mention it over here only. Then what makes you unique? Tell that you're a complete package, a complete mixture. You have a multifaceted personality, so you can handle lot of difficult situations as well, something like that, that can outshine you from other candidates, right? आपको differentiate होना है दूसरों से, that how are you better than others. So see to it that you mention about this in this particular part. Role specific questions. What are you hoping from this role? What then आप क्या expect करते हो इस role से, about enriching your experience, or is it for monetary measures? But avoid using monetary terms or something. Tell about the realistic experiences or different work culture, about talk about the work culture. Then what would you work for the first 30 days? What would your first 30 days, 60 days, which is a very common question, कि आपके पहले 30 दिन, 60 दिन, 90 दिन कैसे होंगे इस कंपनी में? So see to it that you be very positive, be very eager, be very ambitious while you are answering this particular question, and see to it that you make a very, you know, semi-plausible response for this particular question. What could you help us to do differently or better? Yes, always they want to know that आप कंपनी के लिए क्या कर सकते हो, आपके आने से कंपनी को क्या फायदा होगा. So see, tell them about the different skills, what you bring to the table, what are your different key points, something like that. Well informed plans, right? How can company be advantage, how can you be an advantage to the company. Then certain self analysis questions, they want to know कि आप अपने आप को कितना जानते हैं, and how you can push yourself, when have you failed. So of course negotiations होता है, कभी कुछ फेल हो जाता है or something like that, right? Talk about it and always use a positive statement with it. Matlab, tell that I am trying to work upon it, I'm trying to improve it, I will be improving during the course of the time, right? So use these kind of situations, this kind of words. Tell me about a time you made a mistake. Again, similar one. How will you disagree if someone's make a decision? So this is a very, very important question. What do you do if somebody disagrees to? So rather than telling that you debate, you argue, something like that, tell that you find an amicable solution for the same. Since you have decision making skills, आपकी judge होती है इससे, so you can talk about that. What do you consider to be your weakness? Again, आपके SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, and all, you need to know about that. What sort of criticism do you most often receive? Criticism, आप मतलब आपके again drawbacks, like self improvement के कुछ है or something like that. So you can talk about that. Work style questions. So what sort of things annoys you at work? How do you tackle difficulties when those problems arise? What type of work environment you prefer? If asked by co-workers or workers, what would you say? How do you deal with pressure? So this explains that if you're kept in a problematic situation, how do you deal with that problem? Management skills, your individual skills, they analyze all of this कि अगर आपको एक particular pressure में डाल दिया जाए, तो there are different types of pressure. So how will you manage your personal life, business life? Sometimes they might be asking you this as well, that if there is any personal pressure at home, so will you be able to won't it be challenging for you to focus on your work, so something like that. So be very smart while you're answering them. How do you prioritize your work? So I will tell about the metrics, tell about the different kinds of deadlines, to-do lists, or spreadsheets, something, or alarms or something like that, that can help them to know that you are a very organized person, organizational skills. So मैंने अलग अलग skills के बारे में बात करा, problem solving, decision making, analytical skills, critical thinking skills, है ना, punctuality, and all those things. So ये सारी organizational skills, these are all persuasive skills that can help you to be, very, how would I say this, multidisciplinary person, so that you can do have a lot of good qualities within you, right? How do you like to be managed? Very important. किसी के अंडर काम करना, मतलब it is a matter of, for some people say they are who are a bit arrogant or egoistic, it is a matter of pride कि आप किसी के अंडर काम करोगे, किसी की सुनोगे. So what's wrong if there's always a scope of improvement? Positively लेकर जाओ इसे, that I will learn during the process, something like that. गोल बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स, लॉन्ग टर्म गोल्स, ऑफ कोर्स ये आपको पूछते ही है, दैट आप शॉर्ट टर्म गोल्स क्या है, currently to get into a reputed company, you can answer that. Long term goals क्या है, uh, to learn a lot and be a successful person as well as bring success to the company. तो ऐसा कुछ realistic बोलना, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So make it clear that this isn't the first time that you have been considered this question, ये हमेशा पूछते हैं. So see to it कर आप 5 साल तक का एक specific कुछ बोले, बहुत ही specific. What's your dream job? So there is a chance to describe some excited plans. मतलब ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि आप उसी जॉब प्रोफाइल के बारे में बोलो जो आपको दी गई है, आप दूसरा भी बोल सकते हो, नहीं तो वो बहुत ही ज्यादा चापलूस लगेगा कि ये बार बार उसी प्रोफाइल पे बोल रहा है उसी. आप कुछ दूसरा भी बोल सकते हो कि आपका आगे और कोई प्लान है, लाइक बीइंग एन एंटरप्रेन्योर और समथिंग लाइक दैट. व्हाट मोटिवेट्स यू, आपको कुछ पर्सनल क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे, आपके लिए मोटिवेशन कौन है, आउटसाइड द वर्क आप कैसे रखते हो, हाउ डू यू लुक आउटसाइड द वर्क. सो टेल दैट I like during the weekends, I am a chilled out person. I like to do fitness, energy. So besides my commitment to the job, I also complete my passion, hobbies. So उन्हें ये देखना है क्या क्या आप सिर्फ जॉब में ऐसे lethargic पर्सन हो या आप कुछ और भी अपने साथ टैलेंट होल्ड रखते हो जो आगे मे बी कभी ना कभी कुछ ना कुछ काम आ ही जाता है. Are you willing to relocate? What do you achieve to work to make a good work life balance? So again जैसे मैंने बोला प्रोफेशनल बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट को आप कैसे पर्सनल एंड बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट को आप कैसे मैनेज करोगे. सो अगर आपके साथ कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट हुआ है सो मेंशन अबाउट दैट लाइक और यू कैन सिंपली से वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस समथिंग लाइक दैट. मतलब अगर आप नहीं मैनेज कर पाते हो सही से तो बी ऑनेस्ट. उन्हें ट्रांसपेरेंसी पसंद है एंड फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. तो सी टू इट कि आप झूठ ना बोले, एटलीस्ट आप जो भी बोले वो सच हो. Right? Are you willing to look at? If you are not, then say no now only. And you have a very valid reason for that. मतलब अगर आप बोलोगे ना कि नहीं मुझे हैदराबाद नहीं जाना, मुझे अहमदाबाद क्यों नहीं जाना, वैलिड रीजन दीजिए. फैमिली से दूर नहीं रह सकते और एनवायरनमेंट है और एनी अदर रीजन और एनी पर्सनल रीजन. राइट. क्वर्की क्वेश्चंस. तो ये जो है ये आइस ब्रेकिंग क्वेश्चंस भी बोल सकते हैं. ये हम यू नो दे जस्ट want to like just guesstimates, so that is case studies. Okay, they want to analyze that the kind of superpower you hold or something like that. If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower? All these things. So it should be very convincing. You should highlight that how can you be able to link or help or give some example that if I would be suppose a Spider-Man, so I would throw a web of resilience, persuasion, ऑब्जर्वेंस समथिंग लाइक दैट है ना. कुछ तो ऐसा अच्छा बना के बोलना. और द मोमेंट ग्रैपलिंग जो ग्रैपल कर दे इंटरव्यूअर को. सेल मी दिस पेन. यूनिक सेलिंग प्रोपोजिशंस पे बेस्ड है. आप उस पेन के सारी अच्छी बातें बता दीजिए. उन्हें वही चाहिए. Closing questions, untamed questions. How are you? Is there anything else you would like to know about the company? Do not say no. Always say yes. You can say, is there anyone who has played the same role before me? Or you can say, what are the further success or what are the further growth opportunities in this role? Don't ask silly questions that what does the company offer. जो ये सारे questions तो आपको company के उस पे मिल जाएंगे वेबसाइट पे. तो वो आप बहुत ही उल्टे लगोगे कि भैया ये वहां जाके देख सकता था, ये हमें क्यों पूछ रहा है. So ask something that is related to job. तो उन्हें ये लगी कि हाउ एक्साइटेड यू आर. व्हाट अदर कंपनीज आर यू इंटरव्यूइंग विद. अगर आप कोई और कंपनीज के साथ इंटरव्यू भी कर रहे हो या फिर आप ऐसा कुछ लाइक आर यू इनटू प्रोसेस ऑफ अप्लाइंग फॉर अदर कंपनीज एज वेल. वेल यू कुड स्टार्ट. डोंट से इमीडिएटली. बहुत ही गलत आंसर है. मोस्ट ऑफ द इंटरव्यूवीज गो रॉन्ग हियर. से आई वुड इट कुड बी वेरी अनप्रोफेशनल बिकॉज यार आपको सामान अगर आपको दूसरी स्टेट में कंट्री में सिटी में है सपोज तो आपको सामान वामान पैक करना, आपको बहुत सारे काम होते हैं राइट टू पैक अप थिंग्स एंड say that I would start to the earliest possible once I'm done with my. ऐसा कुछ बोलो ना जिससे आप उनको ये भी लगे कि आप डेस्परेट भी हो और I mean आप एक्साइटेड भी हो, एंथुसियास्टिक भी हो एंड आप साइमल्टेनियसली ऑनेस्ट रियलिस्टिक चीजें बोल रहे हो. आप ये बोलोगे इमीडिएटली तो बोलेंगे कल से ही ज्वाइन हो जाओ. पॉसिबल है क्या? नहीं ना. सो सी टू इट दैट यू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन वेरी वेल. सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडेज वीडियो. थैंक यू सो मच कि आप लोगों ने मेरा इतना टाइम दिया एंड आई होप आपको कुछ ना कुछ सीखने मिला होगा. इसके अलावा कुछ और क्वेश्चंस है, हॉबीज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. आप जो भी हॉबीज डालते हो आपके सीवी रेज्यूमे में, वट एवर यू एड इन योर रेज्यूमे इज अ क्वेश्चन. सो सी टू इट. जैसे अगर आपने कोई अचीवमेंट कोई करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज करी है तो कोर्स करा है तो उसके बारे में पूछ लेंगे कि क्या सीखा, क्या करा, कैसे जीता, योर स्ट्रैटेजी. क्रिएटिव में आप कैसे क्रिएटिव हो. आपने क्रिएटिव लिख दिया. हॉबीज में ट्रैवलिंग, कहाँ ट्रैवल किया है, क्या क्या देखा है, मॉन्यूमेंट्स क्या क्या जानते हो, हिस्टोरिकल कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. सो सी टू इट दैट यू आर वेल वर्स्ड विद दैट. So thank you so much for watching today's video.